In yesterday's YouTube video, I told you champs and champettes about a brand new variant that was added to the Voidblade cosmetic set. This one goes under two different names, one of which being Star Shadow and the other one being Cosmic Shadow. As you can see right here, this one doesn't actually support super level variants, but this was advertised when the season originally launched. It was in like the big key art image that, showed all the different variants and everything, and some people speculated maybe it was going to be a bonus reward or something because of the fact that they just never gave it out to anyone until the most recent game update where they added the variant to the files. Of course, that was the skins variant, but if we go over here, we also have the back bling variant. We have the variant for the pickaxe right here, and I'll go ahead and swing it real quickly if you're curious about the hit animation. And then we have the variant of the glider, something that I don't think too many people really would have noticed if this was the only one that actually got the variant added in it, but it kind of has a little bit of like a Blitz aesthetic to it. Some people were speculating when this first got leaked, maybe it was going to be like some Blitz challenge rewards or something for Battle Pass owners, because we have actually gotten challenges for Battle Pass outfits before, right? We had John Wick's dog. We have the innovation variants and stuff like that. We had the Simpsons version of John Wick, and John Wick Simpsons version actually required you to play a little bit of reload, even though most of the quests could be done in Battle Royale. So it would make sense if this ended up being like some Blitz bonus variant or something like that. However, as you guys probably already saw by yesterday's YouTube video, if we go over to the Passes tab and we go to gift the Battle Pass, if someone does not currently own the Battle Pass, and by the way, this was only enabled with the most recent game update, and you gift them the Battle Pass, they'll get the Battle Pass, but also that Cosmic Shadow variant for that whole entire cosmetic set, even if they haven't unlocked the base skin, pickaxe, whatever else yet. Meaning that if you gift this to someone in the final month of the season, they get this variant, but they did update it so that you would get the variant as well. And it's just weird to see how it was advertised since the start of the season, and then they went ahead and finally released it, but made it a gift only purchase that was at the very end of the season, when, as we obviously go through the list here, everyone basically already owns the Battle Pass, or they just don't really play Fortnite too often or have gifts disabled. So it was a pretty controversial thing, because it's not something that you can get from challenges. It's not something you get by actually doing the Battle Pass. Instead, it's something where you have to own the Battle Pass yourself, and then you have to buy someone else the Battle Pass and hope that people aren't just subscribed to the Fortnite crew the entire time, so that you actually have someone able to gift. Like, most of the people that I'm able to gift are people who don't play the game much, or are people who actually are just like bot accounts or bot lobbies and that type of stuff. Because as you go through here, you can see that most of the people on this list actually already own the Battle Pass. So it's like your options of who to gift is already very, very limited, especially since it's the final update. Well, Epic Games had heard everyone complain about this online, and we actually got a little bit of new updates regarding the situation, as you can see by the image on the screen right now, which says that yesterday's update included a bonus Star Shadow Voidblade style for gifting or being gifted this season's Battle Pass. They state that they're granting the Star Shadow style and accessories to all players who have previously gifted this season's Battle Pass. So if you gifted it before this update, when they actually added this bonus, you will be getting these variants, but also they'll be giving it to everyone who owns the current Battle Pass, including active Fortnite crew subscribers, with the cosmetic being added to our lockers in the next coming days. So there's a few things I want to talk about when it comes to this situation, but I feel like we should just hop into a match or whatever, so you guys don't see me in my lobby the entire time we're talking about this, so give me one moment. And now that we're in game, let's go ahead and just talk about some of those weird things that I felt like mentioning. Firstly, some people were thinking that this was a glitch, they accidentally included it as a gift purchase, and I want to kind of dispel that. Could it somehow be a freak accident? Maybe, but the most likely scenario is that this was intended, because it's not just something where they accidentally added the variants or whatever and they so happened to end up in the gifting system. Instead, it's something where this was intended to be in the gifting system. They had to deliberately add the variant IDs to the gift purchase. This isn't something where they just added to the files and it randomly popped up in that menu. No, this is something where they went ahead and added all 4 of the IDs to that menu, to the actual gift system, so that when you were to purchase that offer ID, it would give you the other variant. So that is something I wanted to point out right away. This wasn't like a glitch or something like that. This was something Epic Games is intentionally doing, and it potentially is setting a precedent for what Epic Games wants to do in the future when it comes to Battle Passes. Something I could see them doing very heavily later down the line is a system where you're actually going to be able to get yourself like an added variant for a Battle Pass outfit or something like that if you go ahead and gift it to someone else. Most likely when they're actually planning to fully implement it, it'll be something that'll be implemented gifted at the start of a season instead of at the very end, so that, you know, you're not kind of missing out on a few months of gifting or whatever. And I definitely think it's something where they're going to try pushing this to be something they do more and more in the future, because as we've already seen before, you know, in terms of things Epic Games does, they will try to find ways to get people to purchase battle passes right away, you know, gift to other people right away. And I feel like this is supposed to be like a tie-in incentive with the other one we've actually seen before, which is actually the first week login bonus for people who actually have the battle pass. If you guys are unfamiliar with that system, when this season actually started, we got a bonus variant for Dylan. You know, there's a bonus variant, I think, for the gliders and everything else, and the only way of actually obtaining it was to log in when the season originally began and log in within that first week while having an active battle pass or Fortnite crew subscription. They did something last season as well where they actually did it with the foundation outfit. I forget what his variant actually was, but there was a login bonus on that first week. So I wouldn't be surprised if this is something where with the start of next season, assuming that the backlash that they already got regarding this feature doesn't make them go back on it, we end up getting something where it's like, hey guys, if you log in with the first week, you get this special variant or whatever for one of the battle pass outfits, but if you actually gift the battle pass to someone else, you and them will also get an additional special variant. It's something that I feel like they're mainly doing to try getting more and more money, because they know there's going to be people who want absolutely everything in a battle pass, so they're most likely going to do whatever they can in order to siphon a little bit of extra money, even if it technically means in order to 100% a battle pass, you need to buy it in the first week, and then you need to go ahead and buy it for someone else in that season's time period. Now, other than that, why did they go ahead and backtrack this? Well, I think it's mainly because of how it worked. The reason I say they backtracked it because of that is because this was added in the final month, of course, and it was something where you didn't actually even get the variant if you were someone who gifted a battle pass before this was actually activated. So I feel like a lot of the backlash came from those people who gifted someone at the start of the season and felt like they kind of got ripped off because they did the exact same thing someone did at the end of the season, but they weren't actually getting that variant. And of course, it's something where they kind of like slid this under the radar at first. You know, they didn't even mention it in like a blog post or anything. They just kind of activated it, you know, they just was like, you know what, let's just put it here. And at first people are speculating that outfit variant was like blitz challenges, maybe it was like a community day 2 or something like that, and it ended up not being any of those at all, which was a weird choice. You know, why add this to the game in the final month if you're not even going to talk about it being added? Now, it's something Epic Games has done before, and it's a weird strategy I feel like they do quite often, but it is something that we kind of just got to get used to. Now, the thing that makes me think they would also activate this gift with purchase benefit in the next season is specifically the fact that, as the rumors and leaks actually signify to us, next season is going to be heavily Gaming Legends related. So it's going to have a lot of Gaming Legends actually involved in it, you know, Sonic, Mega Man, that type of stuff. And I wouldn't be surprised if they pick one of the most anticipated characters and go ahead and do something where it's like, hey, if you subscribe in the first week, you get this special variant. But if you go ahead and gift the battle pass to someone, also, you and them will get another exclusive variant for one of the other Gaming Legends, basically locking certain things that I think would be highly sought after for anyone who loves video games, such as myself, behind essentially a double battle pass purchase, or, you know, a Fortnite crew purchase, and then actually you can't even use V-Bucks to gift the battle passes. So yeah, essentially like a double purchase. I think it's definitely one of those weirder situations, and it makes me wonder, you know, is this going to be something where in the future they realize how many people are subscribed to the Fortnite crew, so they allow people in the Fortnite crew to just get the variants added to their account anyways? Or maybe they could add like a Fortnite crew guest friend pass system or something like that, where when you have the Fortnite crew, you can go ahead and use your subscription to give one of your friends the core battle pass. Now, I obviously think that one's a little bit more of a pipe dream and isn't going to happen, but it's definitely in that odd situation where there's a million different ways for them to go ahead and do this. But the moral of the story when it comes to that variant is that everyone who is currently owning the battle pass or is in the Fortnite crew or has gifted the battle pass to someone else will be getting these variants added to their account in the next few days. And this is something that we should probably keep our eyes out for when new seasons launch, because I feel like they're going to continue doing this or trying to make these type of changes in order to go ahead and get more and more money, because let's face it, they know it's going to work, right? You know, Epic Games knows what sells, and they're going to continue trying to do whatever it takes to get the things that sell to sell. Until next time, however, hope champs and champions enjoyed today's YouTube video. Like the video if you liked it, dislike it if you didn't like it, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow with another upload. So until then, peace out.